pace of change within Microsoft Copilot remains unabated, and in no area is this more obvious than within the agents that Microsoft are continuing to release, it seems almost on a daily basis. We've had some really interesting new agents come up recently, many of which we will be looking at shortly, such as the Canva agent, the Workflows agent. But the one we're going to be looking at today is a really interesting one, especially for those of you who are responsible for maintaining content within your SharePoint-based platform. And that is the SharePoint Page Agent. For a little while, it's been possible to create SharePoint pages using AI from any SharePoint site. It's a simple case of saying new, page from AI, and filling out the prompts. This new agent does something a little bit different. I'm able to open the agent or include it in a conversation directly and ask it to create a page based on files, meeting summaries, emails, or based on any other prompt. It will then kind of put a concept page together for me and then prompt me to select the SharePoint site where I want to share that. And then it will publish the page for you and you're kind of ready to go. So quick intro, but you know the deal. Let's head on over to the computer and take a look. So here I am, I'm in the standard Copilot chat interface. So I need to be able to add in this new SharePoint Page Agent. So if I click on All Agents, it should appear down here in the Built by Microsoft section. If it doesn't, you can always type in a search and click on SharePoint Agent, and this window will pop up. If you click on Add, it should just take a second or so, and that will add the agent into your sidebar, and if you wish you can pin that. I've already got this pinned, so I can then start to talk to the agent directly and ask it to create a page for me. So it does come with some quite useful built-in suggestions. So summarize the progress of a project, recap a meeting, recap an event, create a weekly update summarizing team priorities, etc. But of course I can type in a standard prompt and ask the agent to do that for me. So I can ask it to summarize, and I can give it a file. So I can use the / click on files, and I can use a search. Let's take a look. Starting a mobile dog grooming business. I can click on that, click go, and it will have a look through that file and start to produce a summary for me. And there it's given me an overview, it's given me the key sections, market analysis, competitor landscape, financial planning, etc. And if I want, it does have some extra little follow-up prompts here. I can either go with the suggestions, I can type my own in, or I can ask this to turn this into a summary page for me. Let's just ask it to create a detailed executive summary. So there it's created the summary at the top, and then it's gone into the standard sections that it created before. So we've got financial highlights, operational plan, risk management, etc. So that's kind of fine. I can then say format this as a SharePoint page. There, it's given me all of those sections, given me a nice little table there. That's great. I can search for a SharePoint site by name. I can say show my recent SharePoint sites. I'm going to click on search for a SharePoint site by name. Please provide the name of the SharePoint site. So I'm going to say Regal Rovers Invoices, which is one of my sites. Yeah, that's the one. Is this the correct site? Yes. I can say draft the page there. If it's not quite right, I can search for another, or I can show a list of recent SharePoint sites as well. Really, really useful. I'll say, yes, draft the page there. And it says your SharePoint page draft is ready. Confirm the following information and click the card below to create it and open it in the SharePoint site. So if I click on that link there, what it actually does, it will go to my SharePoint site and it will actually start drafting that page for me in real time. That's really, really quick. So it's gone ahead, it's done that. I can, if I wish, I can add in my own content. So if I wanted to add in a new section, I can do so. I'm quite happy with that. I quite like the way it's formatted the table, actually. It's kind of followed the theme. Quite like that. I'm going to say keep it. So now it's drafted my page. If I want, I can save and close. I can publish it. I can make any of the changes that I want. Now, one of the great things about this is that I can call this agent from within a standard Copilot interaction. Let me show you what I mean. So I'm going to go back to my standard Copilot chat and I'm going to ask it to create a summary of my social media plan. And I'm just going to interact with Copilot. Then I'm going to call the Copilot SharePoint Page Agent from within that chat. So I'm going to say summarize. I'm going to go files. I'm going to go for grooming again. And I'm going to have a look at my social media marketing strategy. So I'm going to ask it to summarize this and outline the next actions. So I can be interacting with Copilot in the kind of standard way, creating a prompt, summarizing data, perhaps looking across meetings, files, emails, etc. It's given me quite a good summary there. And then I may think, right, I want to create a page from this, but I'm not actually within the SharePoint Page Agent. So what would I do? Really simple. I can actually mention the SharePoint Page Agent, and I can say create a page from this summary. If I wanted, I could add in a reference to other files as well, but here I'm just going to say create a page from this summary. So here's the draft content. I like this. Let's put a few more emojis into that. I like that. I'm just going to say, no, include a KPI tracking table. Yeah, let's go for that. Wonderful. Nice tracking table there. I'm going to say select a SharePoint site to draft the page. And there it is. It's given me a drop-down list that I can actually select from. It knows the sites that I've accessed recently. Regal Rovers Invoices is one of them, so I can just select that. I can click on confirm. And then the Copilot SharePoint Page Agent will go through those same steps. It will start drafting the content for me, and then I can then click the button to actually launch that page and then publish it. So there we go. Perfect timing. I can just click on that. And it's pulled together all of that page content. I can click on keep it. I can then publish my page, and then I can circulate that amongst my team. Calling the agent from within a standard conversation is really, really powerful, because you may be down into the guts of quite a deep conversation with Copilot and then realize, wow, this would be perfect to share this content as a page. You don't have to have been in the agent all along. You can be at that point, and then you can call the agent and say, now make a page for me. This is really powerful. I like this a lot. So there we go. I'm a big fan of this. I think many people who are responsible for publishing SharePoint page content do struggle with kind of getting everything kind of laid out, and anything that can be done to kind of help that is a great thing. The SharePoint Page Agent is really easy to use. It can produce some really great results. And as with anything Copilot, it doesn't necessarily get you 100% of the way there, but anything that can get you 70, 80, maybe even 90% of the way there with your page content, get that drafted so you can then maybe tweak it, add in your own images, add your own sections, edit things, move them around, is a fantastic product. So it's a thumbs up from the Igloo team. Definitely an agent that you should be adding into your Copilot and using it to publish content. And if you've got any questions about anything SharePoint, Copilot, or anything else M365 related, head on over to our website. It is linked down in the description. Fill out that contact form, and we'd love to talk to you.